Alright guys, today we're going to catch up on the news. A couple trailers I want to catch up on, some that came out a few days ago, some that came out today. So we're going to start with House of the Dragon Season 2, which I'm excited for. I'm not like the biggest Game of Thrones fan, but I am going to watch this. Me and my partner, we're excited for this one. Not bad. I mean, looks about as good as I expected it to look, you know? It's the kind of standard I hold for an HBO Game of Thrones prequel show. So I wanted to watch DD as well. I just was intrigued because it had the Asian lead. I have no idea. It looks amazing. I think I want to interview some of those people that is right up my alley. I don't even have to say anything. The kid looks like me, right? Seeing is believing. I wish I had this movie growing up, you know. It looks wonderful. I just wish I had a movie like this to relate to, you know, and have growing up, but I didn't. Alright, DD looks amazing. Wow. Holy shit. And I knew nothing about it. I just saw the thumbnail on new trailers and I had to click on it. Alright. Megalopolis. Francis Ford Coppola, who did Apocalypse Now, The Godfather. He's a legend in the industry. I have my beef with him, but let's check out his new trailer with Adam Driver. Came out like an hour
ago. When does an empire die? Does it collapse in one terrible moment? No. But there comes a time when its people no longer believe in it.
Don't let the now destroy the forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, welcome.
Is this society, is this way we're living the only one that's available to us?
We are taking our city back.
And when we ask these questions, when there's a dialogue about them, that basically is a utopia.
Completely forgot. Shia LaBeouf is in this, right? Yeah. Who else was that? Aubrey Plaza. Schwartzman. I don't know. Do you guys have any idea what that's about? Because I sure as hell don't. Synopsis: an architect wants to rebuild New York City as a utopia following a devastating disaster. I mean, the name makes me think of Metropolis, but yeah, we'll see. It looks interesting, but I'm not sure if I'll be watching it right away. Alright, let's get on to the one that I'm really excited about. Well, I'm more excited about some other stuff that is Lord of the Rings related, but let's check it out. New trailer for the season 2.
Evil, ancient and powerful, has returned.
Prepare yourselves.
Okay. Might be more down for this. I'm not sure.
He worms his way inside your mind. The crest of him slithers in.
It's a slick trailer.
I think he has been here. I think he's been here among us all along.
Every soul in Middle-earth is in peril.
He's solo.
To be honest, I didn't even know we were getting a second season, so I'm really shocked that we're getting it so soon and it's already shot and everything. I didn't know if it did that well. I don't think anybody I knew had watched it, so I had nobody to talk to about it. But
Has returned.
I will watch it, but it still looks like it's not really hitting the way that the movie's did. Now, something else that I want to talk about, which we just got the first images for, is War of the Rohirrim, which is already being... It's too big. Okay. Yeah, that looks amazing. This is a new anime film that's supposed to come out December 13th, which I'm super excited for. Some images that just came out for this film look epic. It is directed by Kenji Kamiyama, and I saw that he had done some animation work actually on Akira, which is one of my favorite anime films. And what's also exciting is that Miranda Otto, who played Eowyn in the Two Towers and The Return of the King, she's coming back to narrate the film, which I'm super stoked for. It has made this film more special, I feel like, especially with the passing of Bernard Hill, who played Theoden, King of Rohan. So this film was coming out December 13th. These are some of the first images that have been released for the film. This looks more like concept art, but I'm still very intrigued, especially with the cast involvement and the fact that an Asian guy is directing. That's a really cool thing for me. Now we got a couple Asian directors in the Rings of Power TV show, but I don't think that really translated too much because it was such a big writer's room and there's a lot of issues with that show. But there was some representation, that's for sure, in the Rings of Power, but the overall execution just did not pan out for me personally. So I'm looking forward to this. This is definitely high on my list because I'm a big Rings fan. And then, wow, yeah, no, I'm excited for that film. Some other things I want to talk about. Let's see, where is the apes? We'll talk about Planet of the Apes ended up doing better than expected. We had 56 million total. Let's see. Yeah, I hit 58.5, which was higher than expectations. Not that much higher, but it's still pretty high up there. It's better than we thought, but at the same time, it still pales in comparison to how the summer has been going for last year, and evidently showing a lot of the effects of the strikes. but people are coming out to see this movie, and it's definitely doing better than The Fall Guy did, which did lower than expectations. But this film is holding. We'll see how well it does. It is going to lose its premium screens next week to Furiosa, and I believe it got about 44% of its income was from premium screens. So losing that next week to Furiosa could hurt it, but we'll see. Again, did a lot better than, well, not a lot. It did better than expectations, but it wasn't my favorite film, as I let you guys know in my review, but it's keeping the theater afloat for now. And then I think Furiosa will continue this kind of steady-ish pace next week, alongside If, which comes out with Ryan Reynolds next week, which is predicting to be doing pretty well, but again, we'll see. The Strangers Chapter 1 comes out next week, as well as Back to Black, the Amy Winehouse film. Of the latter two, I don't really know too much about, but I personally am going to most likely be seeing Furiosa. What about you guys? What are you guys going to be watching? Have you seen Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes yet? What did you guys think? A few other news bits that we can talk about. I'll try to rattle these off really quick, but we're getting a Barbarella remake by Edgar Wright. He's the one who did Hot Fuzz. He did Scott Pilgrim movie. He did Shaun of the Dead. He did Baby Driver. So he's going to be remaking the 1968 film, which starred Jane Fonda. Now, it was an old cult, like sci-fi B movie that was kind of raunchy and definitely sexualizing of women a bit too much. But he's going to cast Sydney Sweeney as the lead. Now, there are some great things about Barbarella that I love. The sets, some of the shots, and there's just some really cool sci-fi ideas in the film. But I was really blown away by the sets. I was rewatching some of it last night, and there's definitely some cool things that Edgar Wright can do with this. But the thing that I'm worried about the most is the biggest problem with the original film was the sexualizing of Jane Fonda. But I'm worried that's just going to be the same case with Sydney Sweeney, just based on her history in film and media, and kind of based on how Edgar Wright did his last movie, Last Night in Soho, which I just thought was a little bit too gawking over Anya Taylor-Joy and the other actress. But we shall see. There are many things I love about Edgar Wright, so he could surprise me. There's just so many great things about the original, in terms of makeup and sets. Like, why would you want to redo that? So I don't know, I'm not completely on board with this. I never thought of remaking this movie, but we shall see. Another thing I want to talk about is Roger Corman, who was big in the B movies. He jump-started a lot of people's careers. He died recently at 98. Now, he was huge in the drive-in films, Grindhouse, and lots of B movies. I actually talked to Bill Paxton about Roger Corman once, and how his first film he ever did was a Roger Corman produced film. And so many people started out in the early days working with or on one of his films. So he's definitely had a big impact on the industry, and but at the same time I'm like, dude, he's 98. I kind of already thought he was dead, to be honest. I hadn't heard about him. Nobody had been talking about him in like a minute or so. Oh, I am excited about this news. We are getting a Nicolas Cage, a live-action Spider-Man Noir series. So I'm intrigued by that. Although I'm hearing it's going to be on Amazon, which throws me off a little bit with the whole Sony Disney rights. But I love Into the Spider-Verse. I loved his character. So I'm excited to see more of that. I do think it is kind of weird that he's getting that before Miles Morales. Now, how come we haven't gotten a Miles Morales live action movie yet? It's kind of what I would prefer. I don't know, the last couple things that I want to talk about. We will be getting the Disney bundle soon with HBO Max, or just Max, and Hulu. You can get all three at once for $25. Got it. Okay. So that's cool. Again, it's like, I don't think they're really sure of how streaming has turned out. I think they're gonna continue to experiment, but I just don't think it's working out the way they thought it would. There's just too many streaming platforms, too many to pay for. So we'll see what they end up doing. The other news that I want to talk about is, well, I mean, that's kind of it. There was an Office reboot that was announced. I'm not really that excited for it. I wasn't that big on it, but it takes place at a completely different place, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't even tell me. It's in the same universe, that's all it says. So yeah, it's a little too early to tell, but I'm all into Abbott Elementary right now, so it's like, that show does not age well. I can't watch that show anymore. So I'm not really that excited for it. Another show, I need to catch up on this show, but I know that the season 3 trailer just came out and a lot of people are excited for this. I am too. I just need to make the time to catch up. I'm like halfway through season 2, but I love what I've seen. I love Ayo Edebiri. She's one of my favorite people in the industry right now. But I think that's all for the news. What are you guys most excited for? What are you guys going to watch this week? And let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll be reviewing Furiosa soon, so stay tuned for that. And more news. I think there's a small chance we might get an Agatha tease from Marvel later today, so I might cover that. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.